So taking up where we left off yesterday, we were looking at 16. So let's go ahead and read 16 again, just to remember where we were. You want to read it, Addie?
Okay. Matthew has 15 athletic shirts and 12 dress shirts in his closet. Fred has 10 athletic shirts and 8 dress shirts in his closet. Do they have the same ratio of athletic shirts to dress shirts?
Okay, so taking up where we were yesterday, we see from reading this that we're comparing athletic shirts and dress shirts. Matthew has some and Fred has some. So I'm going to put a little squiggle here. So I'm just keeping the two guys separate. All right. So put your calculator away. I want you to listen and look at what we're doing here. So we decided we were going to put athletic shirts on the top and dress shirts on the bottom when we were writing our ratios. That's what this A over D means. You could have put dress shirts on top if you had wanted to, but this is what we decided yesterday. So then thinking about Matthew, we read the problem again. He had 15 athletic shirts, so that went on the top, 12 dress shirts, that went on the bottom. So this is a ratio that shows athletic shirts and dress shirts for Matthew. Then this next sentence talked about what Fred had in his closet. He has 10 athletic shirts, and here I've got this fraction helping me remember athletic goes on top, so 10 goes on top. 8 dress shirts, so 8 goes on the bottom. So Graham, you understand what the fractions mean and why we put the numbers where we put them? You good? Okay, Hannah, do you remember from yesterday? Addie, you ready to go?
Yes.
All right, here we go. Now, these were the steps I told you that we would follow when we're comparing two ratios and we want to know if they're equal. We will set up the two ratios, and that's what we've done right here. That's the first thing to do. Then we cross multiply. So you need to take your pencil, touch the 12, and connect that diagonally up to the 10. The 12 from the bottom, connect that up to the 10 at the top, and you're going to multiply those and see what you get. You're going to multiply those. And Graham says he got 120. What'd you get, Addie?
Oh, I was about to do it.
What'd you get, Hannah?
10 times.
It's called cross.
120.
120. Okay. So now the second part of that is to touch the 15 and connect that. We draw a line diagonally from the 15 on top to the 8 on the bottom. So we cross over diagonally and multiply. So
120.
120. And then we compare these numbers. Are these products equal to each other?
Yes. Yes.
They are equal. So the answer to my question, do they have the same ratio of athletic shirts to dress shirts? The answer is yes. Even though the numbers are different, this is the same ratio. What that means is if you reduce this fraction, 15 over 12, and you reduce 10 over 8, you will get the same fraction. I'll show that to you. This is just another way to do it, to answer the question. Doing this cross multiplication is what most students find easier, but I'll show you this other method. Do you know what 15 and 12 are both divisible by?
2. No,
Well,
3.
You are exactly right. They're both divisible by 3. 15 divided by 3 is 5, and 12 divided by 3 is 4. Now let's look at this other ratio, 10 over 8. Do you know what 10 and 8 are both divisible by?
3.
Not 3. Neither one of them's divisible by 3. They're both even numbers, so they're divisible by 2. 10 divided by 2 is 5. 8 divided by 2 is 4. And look at this. Do you see how we get the same ratio both times?
Did we put that down?
You don't have to.
Okay.
I'm just showing you another way to determine the answer is yes. But if you don't like reducing fractions,
I do.
you can do this cross multiplication technique. All right? You feel good about 16? Because some of your practice problems are going to be like this. And I want you to be able to look back at your notes to give you a pattern or to give you a method that you can use to solve your own practice problems. So y'all feel okay about 16? All right. Last problem, number 17.
15.
Well, we already did 15. Okay? Oh,
The answer.
I understand what you're saying.
That.
All right, Hannah, you want to read 17 for us?
A small flower arrangement
Contains.
contains the flowers listed in a table. If large flowers arranged contain 60 flowers, how many tulips will be in the, or how many of them will be in the
Will be tulips. There we go. So, Graham, tell me what kind of flowers are in this flower arrangement.
60? Oh, wait.
Tell me what kind of flowers are in this flower arrangement. That's right. So in this flower arrangement right here, we have some daisies. I love daisies. And some tulips. They're beautiful. They just don't last long. And some roses, my mom's favorite. So this is a small flower arrangement. How many flowers are 15? Yes, if I add all these together, there are 15 flowers in the small arrangement. Now, if I continue reading this, I read that a large flower arrangement has 60 flowers. Okay, much bigger. But guys, I need you to focus on the table, focus on the problem. So a large flower arrangement has 60. That's way bigger. All right, I want you to figure out, this is small. We want to figure out how many we need for the large. I want you to figure out what you multiply by to make 15 much bigger to get all the way up to 60. Use your calculator and figure out, what do you multiply 15 by to get all the way up to 60? I'm going to pause the video while you guys work on that. All right, so you're correct. It is 4 times bigger. So it's multiplying by 4 that takes us from a small arrangement to a big arrangement, right? So I need to do that for all of these flowers. So my large arrangement will have 4 times as many daisies. How many daisies will that be?
32.
Graham says 32. You are quick with that calculator, dude. All right, now, don't blurt out any answers. Do the work here. I need 4 times as many tulips. So Hannah, how many tulips will I?
60.
Yes, ma'am. And Addie, I need 4 times as many roses for the large arrangement. How many roses do I need? Use your calculator if you need to.
13.
It's 12.
Oh, sorry.
So you can use your calculator.
Well, I
Okay.
just want to use my brain for a second.
Well, I love using your brain. You will never hear me argue with you using your brain. So I would love it for you to use your brain and then just double check with the calculator. So let's go back and answer the question. I think we have more information than what we actually need, but I do like this. If a large flower arrangement contains 60 flowers, which is 4 times bigger, how many of them will be tulips? Do we have that answer written on our paper?
Oh.
What's the question?
How many of them will be tulips?
Don't we have that written down?
Yes.
So what's the answer? 16 tulips. There you go. So that finishes up the notes. I want you to keep your notes handy. I'm going to come around and check your notes to give you a grade for your notes. And I'm going to give you some practice problems. And the practice problems I give you are going to be very, very similar to ones that we have worked through on these notes. So you're going to be able to use these notes, hopefully, to have really good success with the practice problems.
Wow, we finished all of this.